good for my mindset in a way. It's bad for my life, my finances, my family. It's bad for lots of stuff. But you have to try and pull the positives out of negative situations.
That's true.
Because there is always a positive in a negative situation.
There's always a silver lining.
Yeah.
I guess this would be an interesting question for some young hustlers out there. If you had to start from life from beginning, no money, no connections, $100, you have any ideas of how you'd go about doing that?
I wouldn't do anything differently. I guess to rephrase the question, what advice would I give to the young men of the world today? I would say that the world has become much harder in lots of ways, but it's also become much easier in lots of ways. I mean, me and Andrew have programs like The Real World, the online educational platform. That,
18 ways?
18 different millionaires teaching 18 different wealth creation methods.
Wow.
And there's a health and fitness professor in the group as well. So there's so many resources, I think, at hand for younger people. Not just resources that I have. The internet as a whole is a resource that
information.
I didn't have when I was young. The internet was very new when I was young. I mean, I was still trying to make money in sales by making phone calls through phone books and stuff. So I feel like the world is a lot easier if you're willing to do the work and apply yourself and use the tools available to you. I think that we live in an amazing new world full of new opportunities and new ways of getting information and applying information. Just take advantage of it. It's the silver lining. Don't waste all your time on social media. Don't sit there scrolling on TikTok. If you were to tell someone in the 1950s, I have a device, it's 2023, and there's a device in my hand, and almost all of human knowledge is contained within this device.
Yeah.
I could find out anything. I can learn anything from this device. Do you think that man from the 1950s would use it to look at photos of cats or whatever people do on TikTok?
That's
or
true,
look at girls pretending to eat digital ice cream? My point is, it's what tools do you have? You have so many more tools than I had when I was younger. I'm not even that old yet. But take advantage of it and don't be distracted by the poison that can be propagated by the same methods. Don't be distracted by TikTok. Don't be distracted by pornography. Stay away from all of that garbage and use the tools at your disposal, and it's surprisingly easy to be successful if you do that.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities now. Anything, you can do anything.
Anything.
Like the internet you spoke about as a place to get information, but even the internet alone, amount of opportunities there are to do there. Even TikTok. If you want to use TikTok, be a uploader, be a producer.
Yeah, exactly. Be a creator and not a
consumer.
Not a consumer.
Facts.
All the time.
Yeah. I guess if I were to ask you, when you and Andrew were growing up and making these videos, would you say that a certain aspect of it was just like playing a character? Because I understand controversy, I understand how that gets views. You don't get famous by saying the grass is green, the sky is red.
Not. Well, we said things in a way that's very abrasive, and we did it on purpose. And the reason we are as famous as we are is because a lot of these videos blew up. So if I were to speak in a very polite way now, I'd say, look, I pay the bills, I have the house, I treat my woman exceptionally well. She has a very good life, she has all the best and nicest things that she likes.
Yeah.
So, in exchange, when I wake up in the morning, I expect her to make me a cup of coffee. I feel like it's the least she can do. I like having a cup of coffee in bed before I get up. I'd expect the woman to do that. Most people would be like, yeah, I agree. But 10 years ago, I would have said,
make me coffee.
I'm the fucking big boss, and I make all the money. So if I say, bitch, make me a cup of coffee in the morning, she better bring it. And I say things in an abrasive way. They mean the same thing, but if I said it in a more polite way, a lot more people would agree. But it's the fact that we were polarizing. Some people hated us and some people liked us. That's actually the key to our success.
Yes.
So I didn't play a character in a way of saying things I didn't mean. I said things that I meant, but I said them in a way that I don't typically speak. Because people watch my old videos, they say, Tristan, when did you become so well-spoken and polite and articulate? And I'm like, I've always been that guy. But I used to say things in a different way because it was funny. And plus I was speaking to 400 people, 500 people would see one of my videos. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
I didn't have that world-shaking impact. Because if a young boy woke up and said to his mom, bitch, make me a cup of coffee right now, and I found out about it, I'd slap him around the face and say, speak to your mother with respect.
Yeah.
But I do understand that there's content that I made when I was in my 20s where I don't sound so polite and so well informed because it was fun. I'm making videos on the internet. Let's see what goes viral.
No, but I think the net impact was definitely positive because even if you lured them in with a certain unpolite video, when they watch the whole long form video and the amount of information and positive stuff that you enforce in them, the amount of teaching that you tell them to go gym, work hard, that's how you be a man. If it took you that unpolite video to lure them in to watch that video.
And I still do it today on very serious issues. So instead of saying, like most people do, hi gentlemen, what I think you should do is you should work out an hour a day because it helps your health and being healthy is great. I say, take off your shirt when you wake up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror. Are you a fat fuck? You might be. Are you a skinny fuck? You might be. If you are, fucking fix it. Because I see you as a fat fuck and the girl you want sees you as a fat fuck. So if you can't see yourself as a big fat fuck, then you fucked up. Yeah. So I will still speak in that way, because it gets people, it lights a fire underneath them, you know?
They need the fire.
Yeah, more so than just, you should work out because it's good for you. No, I want them to take their shirts off and look at themselves in the mirror and say, do I look like a man? Or do I look like a fucking big fat piece of shit?
Yeah.
So I still do it to this day. So the tactics haven't changed, and I think it's a way of communicating my message to a very large audience.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever said anything really, really offensive. I mean, in my 20s, certainly, and the people pull up these videos all the time. I was young, just made myself a millionaire for the first time. I was living life. I used to talk about how many women I used to meet and how many women I used to sleep with and stuff. Now, if anyone asks me about my private life or my sexual life, I don't talk about it, one. Two, I'd much rather say, which is the truth, if you want women, build yourself into the best version of yourself, be a gentleman, be polite. But, I was a 26-year-old with millions of dollars for the first time in my life. I just started to get famous. Of course I was running around doing the shit that I was doing.
You were proud of yourself.
Yeah, and as a 35-year-old man who has a daughter now, I look at my videos and I'll be like, oh, well, I said what I said. I was 26, That kid speaking thinks he's funny and cool. I don't think I'm as cool and as funny as I thought I was at the time, because I'm closer to 40 than I am 30 now. But I said what I said, and I don't regret saying it because I did the best that I could do at the time.
That's what you kind of thought at the time.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for those videos, none of you would have heard of me. If I just started making videos last year when I was a well-rounded guy.
Yeah.
And I'm from the streets. I don't come from anything. I don't have a university education. I don't have an upper-class family.
Yeah, you didn't know better.
Two guys from the streets.
That's
make
true.
it up in the world, start making millions of dollars. Of course, you're gonna, talk the way that we spoke. So
raised by the streets.
yeah, exactly. That's the way it is.
Literally.
That's who I am. People put all these really unfair expectations on me. Like, oh, Tristan, you're 35 and stuff. You shouldn't have said those things. I'm like, yeah, but you're talking about a different person. You're talking about a 26-year-old boy, not a 35-year-old man. You can't tell me what he should have said, and I can't tell him what he should have said because I didn't know any better.
If they had videos of them speaking at 25, they'd be locked for life.
Oh, yeah,
rightfully so.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Honestly, if I had videos of myself 5 years ago, oh my god.
Well, the people attacking me have far more skeletons in their closet than I ever do. I mean, there's that BBC News reporter, Hugh Edwards, who was on the BBC saying Andrew Tate is a misogynist and he's just been arrested in Romania and I think he's a human trafficker. A few months ago, he got caught sending pictures of his bare naked ass to boys who were 17 years of age. And people say, 17, that's the legal age of consent. It's 16. Yes, but here's why he's a criminal.
Unsolicited.
The international age of pornography worldwide is 18. You cannot consume pornography, produce pornography for someone under 18 or of somebody under 18. So when he's sending pictures of his pale white ass to 17-year-old boys, he is exposing minors to pornography. That, in fact, is a crime. But the BBC bury it with, he was 17, that's the age of consent, they had a relationship. No. Why? You could... Right now, the age of consent in England is 16. If you're 18 and you have a girlfriend who's 16, and you get a naked picture of her, that's child pornography. Hugh Edwards is a child pornographer, and he should go to jail because he broke the fucking law. Doesn't matter that it was a consensual relationship. I don't give a shit. He's actually a criminal. And
showing
he trashed me on the BBC that I was the bad guy. These people have so many skeletons in their closet, and what did they find on me? I joked and said my ex-girlfriend was a slave once. Cool. Yeah, she'll clean the house. She's my slave. Yeah, I probably did say that. Boo-hoo. Like, that's the worst you can find after investigating me for years?
Literally.
Like, alright, shoot me. Put me in jail if you think I deserve it.
I mean, that's very interesting that you say that. And we see it right now, like literally in front of people's eyes. We just saw the whole Benjamin Mendy case, you know? And now that he's out, everyone's like, oh, poor Benjamin Mendy. Yep. It's happening again, though, in front of your eyes.
Poor Benjamin Mendy now, but there are plenty of people
at the time
him a rapist. And here's the thing. He'll be called a rapist forever.
Just say the story for those who don't know.
Benjamin Mendy was a football player who was accused of rape by, was it one or multiple women?
I don't know.
I think it was one in particular.
Probably one, yeah.
And in a court of law, they found that he was not guilty. He was innocent. But he lost his career. He lost his ability to play football. Life. He lost his entire life.
2 years of his life. Yeah. His income.
Fighting this case. And now it's like, okay, all right, you're not a rapist, fine. And the mob just moves on to attack someone else like me. And when it comes out that Tristan Tate is in fact not a human trafficker, no one's going to care about the 2 years of abuse and harassment that I got.
That is what it is.
No one's going to care. Oh, well, he's not. Oh, well, maybe he still is, but he got away with it. That's what they're going to say. So these things put a hex on your name for the rest of your life, which is scary. I mean, I'm lucky that I'm smart enough and rich enough and intelligent enough to fight off this kind of attack, but a lot of people aren't. Yeah.